The book of Genesis, the grand tapestry of beginnings, unveils the story of humanity's origins. It is a narrative that has been passed down through generations, a story that speaks to the very essence of our existence. It speaks of creation, innocence, and the fall, the beauty of the world as it was first formed, untouched and pure, and the subsequent loss of that innocence. Within this narrative lies a pivotal chapter, Genesis chapter 6, verses 1 to 7. A passage that unveils a darkness so profound that it sets the stage for divine intervention. This darkness is not just a physical one, but a moral and spiritual abyss that humanity had fallen into. This section marks a turning point in human history where rampant wickedness evokes divine sorrow and judgment. The sorrow of a creator seeing the corruption of his creation and the inevitable judgment that follows. It's a stark reminder of the consequences of sin and the unwavering power of God's justice and mercy. The scales of justice weigh heavily, but mercy is always within reach for those who seek it. This passage serves as the prelude to the deluge, the great flood that cleansed the earth. A flood that was both a punishment and a chance for renewal, washing away the old to make way for the new. It lays bare the moral and spiritual decay that permeated humanity, compelling God to intervene. The cries for mercy, the realization of wrongs, and the hope for redemption. It's a narrative that transcends time, offering profound insights into the nature of humanity, the consequences of our choices, and the unwavering hope found in divine grace. A story that continues to resonate, reminding us of the eternal struggle between good and evil, and the enduring promise of salvation.
Genesis chapter 6 verses 1 to 7 reads, "When man began to multiply on the face of the land and daughters were born to them, the sons of God saw that the daughters of man were attractive, and they took as their wives any they chose. Then the Lord said, My spirit shall not abide in man forever, for he is flesh. His days shall be 120 years. The Nephilim were on the earth in those days, and also afterward, when the sons of God came into the daughters of man, and they bore children to them. These were the mighty men who were of old, the men of renown. The Lord saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every intention of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. And the Lord regretted that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him to his heart." In essence, this passage describes a time when humanity, having multiplied on earth, fell into a state of deep depravity. The sons of God taking daughters of men as wives is often interpreted as angelic beings intermingling with humans, resulting in the birth of the Nephilim, a race of giants. This union symbolizes the perversion of God's created order, further fueling the wickedness that engulfed humanity. God, witnessing the depth of this corruption, expresses regret and announces his judgment, a devastating flood, yet tempered with a 120-year grace period. This passage has been the subject of much scholarly debate and interpretation over the centuries. Some view the sons of God as fallen angels, while others see them as descendants of Seth, Adam's son. The Nephilim, often depicted as giants, have sparked numerous myths and legends. Their presence in ancient texts has led to various theories about their origins and their role in human history. The narrative of Genesis 6 serves as a prelude to the story of Noah's Ark, highlighting the moral decline that necessitated divine intervention. The flood is seen as both a judgment and a means of purification. Modern interpretations continue to explore the implications of these verses, considering their historical, theological, and cultural contexts. The story remains a powerful reminder of the consequences of human actions and the enduring quest for understanding our past. Ultimately, the tale of Genesis 6 is a complex and multifaceted narrative that invites reflection on the nature of humanity, the divine, and the intricate tapestry of our shared history.
The depth of human corruption depicted in Genesis chapter 6 verses 1 to 7 is chilling. It wasn't just about individual acts of disobedience, but a pervasive moral decay, a state where every intention of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. This signifies a complete departure from God's will, a descent into the abyss of sin where humanity's very essence became corrupted. God's regret, a deeply moving testament to his love for his creation, is often misinterpreted. It's not a sign of weakness or a change of mind about humanity's inherent goodness. Rather, it expresses his profound sorrow at witnessing the depths of their depravity, a grief born out of the broken relationship with his beloved creation. It's the anguished cry of a loving parent witnessing their child choose a path of self-destruction.
Section 4. A time for repentance. Grace and judgment in harmony. God's declaration that my spirit shall not abide in man forever might seem harsh, but it's crucial to understand it in its entirety. This statement is not a withdrawal of God's presence, but a recognition of humanity's choice to reject him. The 120-year time frame granted before the flood underlines this vital aspect. This period represents an extraordinary testament to God's mercy, a time for repentance, a chance for humanity to turn back from their wicked ways. It reflects the heart of a God who doesn't desire punishment, but restoration. Judgment, while a consequence of sin, is never God's first desire. His heart yearns for reconciliation, and the delay before the flood powerfully demonstrates his long-suffering and patience.
Section 5. Echoes of hope, righteousness, vulnerability, and the promise of renewal. Even in the face of impending judgment, Genesis 6 verses 1 to 7 offers glimmers of hope. The very mention of God's Spirit striving with humanity, albeit for a limited time, underscores his desire for their redemption. It's a call to righteousness, a plea to return to the path of obedience and experience the fullness of life intended for them. The passage also highlights human vulnerability. Recognizing our limitations, our susceptibility to temptation and sin is vital. It reminds us that we are not self-sufficient, but are in desperate need of divine strength. This acknowledgement of our frailty paves the way for seeking God's grace and guidance.
Section 6. A God who cares. Finding comfort in divine involvement. Perhaps the most comforting aspect of Genesis 6, verses 1 to 7, is the affirmation of God's active presence in human affairs. Even in the face of overwhelming wickedness, God is not distant or indifferent. He sees, he feels, and he responds. His grief over human sin demonstrates his deep love and concern for his creation. This truth offers immense comfort. We serve a God who is intimately involved in our lives, who notices our struggles and hears our cries. He is not an apathetic observer, but a loving Father who walks with us through every season, offering guidance, strength, and ultimately redemption.
Section 7. Conclusion, Lessons from the Flood, a timeless message. The narrative of Genesis 6, verses 1 to 7, stands as a stark reminder of the gravity of sin and its devastating consequences. It paints a vivid picture of a world consumed by wickedness, where every thought and intention of the human heart was only evil continually. It reveals the depths of human depravity and the unwavering justice of a holy God. The flood was not just a random act of destruction, but a divine response to the pervasive corruption that had tainted the earth. Yet interwoven within this narrative is a tapestry of hope, woven with threads of divine mercy, longing for reconciliation, and the promise of renewal. The rainbow, a symbol of God's covenant, serves as a reminder of his enduring promise to never again destroy the earth with a flood. The 120-year delay before the flood stands as a testament to God's patience and his desire for humanity's repentance. During this time, Noah, a preacher of righteousness, warned the people, offering them a chance to turn from their ways. It's a powerful reminder that judgment, while a certainty for unrepentant sin, is never God's first response. His heart is always inclined towards mercy, offering ample opportunity for us to turn from our wicked ways. His heart is always inclined towards mercy, offering ample opportunity for us to turn from our wicked ways. This divine patience is a call to self-reflection and transformation, urging us to seek forgiveness and embrace a life aligned with his will. This passage also underscores the importance of righteousness and our desperate need for divine strength. Noah's obedience and faithfulness stand in stark contrast to the surrounding wickedness, highlighting the power of living a life dedicated to God. Recognizing our vulnerability to sin allows us to lean on God's grace, seeking his guidance and empowerment to live lives that honor him. It is through this dependence on divine strength that we find the courage to resist temptation and pursue righteousness. Ultimately, Genesis 6 verses 1 to 7 offers a timeless message of hope, reminding us that even in the face of overwhelming darkness, God is present and active in our lives. His presence brings light into our darkest moments, offering a beacon of hope and a path to redemption. He sees our struggles, hears our cries, and offers a path to redemption and restoration. This divine compassion assures us that no matter how far we have strayed, there is always a way back to his loving embrace. It's a message that transcends time, offering comfort, guidance, and the assurance of God's unwavering love for his creation. This timeless truth continues to inspire and guide us, reminding us of the enduring power of faith, hope, and divine love.